Freshened up for 2017, the ever-dependable Skoda Octavia hatch had a facelift featuring a subtle range of styling tweaks and equipment upgrades. Chief among which are the revised front lights and grille, giving the Octavia an overall more distinctive look, and larger multimedia screen available in either 8.0 or 9.2-inch guise. Up against fierce competition in the form of the Ford Focus, Honda Civic and Vauxhall's Astra, Skoda's spacious family 5-door has its work cut out if it wants to maintain its strong position within the market. Attractive range of Skoda Octavia engines, but no hybrid yet. Skoda offers the Octavia with a competitive selection of conventional turbocharged petrol and diesel engines, arguably the most interesting of which is the 1.0-litre 3-cylinder TSI. Available with a 6-speed manual or 7-speed DSG automatic transmission, there's a useful 115 horsepower on tap, while average fuel economy is rated at an impressive 58.9 miles per gallon. Other motors include the usual spread of 1.6 and 2.0-litre turbodiesel engines, plus a 150 horsepower 1.4-litre petrol capable of 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.1 seconds. Performance VRS models add flair, adding to the Octavia's broad spectrum of abilities. Other performance VRS versions available with either a 184 horsepower 2.0-litre diesel or a 2.0-litre petrol producing 230 horsepower or 245 horsepower, all deliver an impressive blend of practicality, pace and fuel efficiency. All versions can be had in 6-speed manual and 7-speed DSG automatic forms, while the diesel is also available with optional all-wheel drive. Skoda's quickest car ever, Octavia VRS 245. Despite the regular petrol engine Octavia VRS being uprated to 230 horsepower at the time of its 2017 facelift, there was still space above it for an even faster model. Enter the Octavia VRS 245 with, you guessed it, minus 245 horsepower. Available exclusively with the revised version of the 2.0-litre turbocharged TSI engine and the option of 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DSG automatic gearboxes, this is the top-performing Octavia. In fact, it's the quickest production Skoda, full stop. Exceptional practicality over-rivals. One of the Octavia's most impressive traits is its exceptional luggage capacity and room for passengers. Boot space far exceeds its rivals at 580 litres with the rear seats in place and 1,580 litres with them folded down. In fact, there's so much space that the Octavia could be seen as a legitimate rival to cars in the class above such as the Ford Mondeo and Vauxhall Insignia Grand Sport. Within the cabin itself there are storage cubbies aplenty, plus there's even a handy ice scraper inside the fuel cap. The verdict: the Octavia is a talented all-round family car offering great value thanks to reasonable prices, a huge, high-quality cabin and a wide range of engines and trim levels in a choice of body styles. It's not exciting, but it gets the job done without any fuss. If you want to jump in a car and demolish a 500-mile journey in one hit, then this is the car for you. Not bad when you consider how good value this is. Read on for the detailed review of the entire Skoda Octavia hatchback range. Frugal range of engines available. 3-cylinder 1.0-litre petrol on offer. High-performance VRS models add excitement. The Octavia's engine range comprises of 4 petrol and diesel engines with varying power outputs. In addition to this, the sports-orientated VRS models also include a more powerful diesel option and standalone 2.0-litre petrol. Strong and frugal diesels. The Octavia offers a choice of 2 diesel engines in 1.6 and 2.0-litre TDI forms. Both are available with the optional 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox and standard 6-speed manual. As of the 2017 facelift, the 115 horsepower 1.6-litre TDI replaces the old 110 horsepower engine. It offers the same power as the 1.0-litre petrol, but produces far more torque, minus 250 Nm over 200 Nm. That means the 1.6-litre diesel feels noticeably stronger when accelerating in a high gear, and is better suited to motorway driving. It's noisy on startup, though, and remains so when accelerating from a standstill. Acceleration is rated at 10.1 seconds to 62 miles per hour, 10.1 for the DSG version. Move up to the 150 horsepower 2.0-litre TDI and 0 to 62 miles per hour times a slash to 8.4 seconds. 8.5 for the DSG. It's quieter around town than the 1.6-litre and provides more pulling power at higher speeds, However, there's little to entice enthusiastic drivers. Punchy petrols. As of May 2016, the mainstream Octavia petrol engines come in 1.0 TSI and 1.5-litre TSI Evo guises. The former replaces the old 110 horsepower 1.2-litre unit, while the latter is an upgraded version of the previous 140 horsepower 1.4. An optional 7-speed DSG automatic is available on all engines, as well as the standard 6-speed manual. The base 115 horsepower 1.0-litre TSI is borrowed from within the Volkswagen Group, also featuring in the Golf and Leon sister cars. It's a 3-cylinder unit yet still offers reasonable performance, accelerating from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 9.9 seconds, 10.0 with the optional 7-speed DSG automatic fitted. It's an impressively refined engine and manages to pull the Octavia along with little fuss, only struggling a touch on steep hills. Those looking for more power also have the option of a 150 horsepower 1.5-litre TSI Evo engine. It's noticeably quicker than the 1.0-litre, accelerating from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.1 seconds, 8.2 for the DSG, and pulls up hills with far more gusto. It sounds harsh when revved, however, and there's little character to entertain keen drivers. But with fuel shutoff technology and stop-start, it's also considerably more economical than the 1.4-litre model it replaces. Performance VRS models. For the most performance available, Škoda also offers diesel and petrol VRS variants of the Octavia. All-wheel drive is an optional extra on the former, while a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox is also available on both. The former is fitted with the same 2.0-litre TDI engine as the regular models, but with power up to 184 horsepower. That's enough for a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 7.9 seconds in the front-wheel drive model and 7.6 seconds in 4x4 DSG spec. All-wheel drive is only available with DSG. The front-wheel drive only petrol is powered by a 230 horsepower 2.0-litre TSI engine, and accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.7 seconds in DSG or 6-speed manual form. A more powerful, more focused 245 horsepower 2.0-litre petrol model is due to arrive in 2018 and will be sold alongside the 230 horsepower version. Performance choice: Škoda Octavia VRS 245 using a revised version of the 2.0-litre TSI petrol found in the regular VRS. This sportier model comes with the option of a 6-speed manual, standard fit, or an optional 7-speed twin-clutch DSG automatic gearbox. Both have exactly the same performance figures, so which one you choose will depend heavily on the sort of driving you do and which you prefer to use. In reality though, the automatic feels quicker thanks to its super smooth and fast gear shifts. The manual option is exactly the same as in the regular VRS, but the automatic transmission features an extra gear. This doesn't make it any worse to drive, however, the correct gear is always available if left to its own devices. While the second setting does make the box keener to drop down a gear or two for fast acceleration, it also shifts back up quickly afterwards. We've found other VW Group cars like the Golf GTI or Seat Leon Q pretend to hold on to low gears noisily for longer than necessary. This makes the Octavia an altogether more relaxing, but no less potent hot hatch. You're also able to change gears using the slightly diminutive paddles mounted on the back of the steering wheel if you require greater control. These are plasticky and make a bit of an uninspiring clack though. The other key difference, apart from the 15 horsepower power hike to 245 horsepower, which drops the 0 to 62 miles per hour time down to 6.6 seconds, is a new exhaust system that sounds much more purposeful, without being too loud. It's a likable, addictive noise that we'd suggest any keen driver will appreciate. Predictable and stable drive lacks excitement. Compliant suspension manages UK roads nicely. Performance VRS model adds some spice. It's quite clear that the handling of regular Octavias prioritizes safety and stability. The Škoda is neither as poised nor as agile through corners as a VW Golf, Seat Leon or Ford Focus, but there's a strong sense of security, even at higher speeds. Turn into a sharp bend and, because of the softer, comfort-orientated suspension, there's a fair amount of lean from the body of the car. Even so, grip levels are impressively high and allow the driver to carry plenty of speed through the corner. The steering setup also contributes to the relaxed but stable nature of the handling, remaining consistent and neutral at all speeds. Adaptive suspension available for the Octavia should customers wish. They can also spec dynamic chassis control, DCC, from same models upwards, allowing the driver to tweak the suspension settings between comfort, normal and sport modes. It's the same system as that seen on other Volkswagen Group products, such as the Audi A3, and, along with drive modes that are standard on C grade and above, it helps tailor the driving experience. Despite its levels of practicality, the Octavia is also surprisingly easy to park, although we'd still recommended the acoustic rear sensors standard on C and above. Octavia RS models handle in a similar vein, yet with a dash of added excitement thanks to the extra power and revised sports suspension. Once again, it's not the most involving to drive, you're not blessed with tons of feedback through the steering wheel, but as a high-performance family car to drive every day it excels. The keen driver's choice, Skoda Octavia RS 245 equipped with uprated brakes and an electrically controlled differential on the front axle. The best Octavia to drive quickly is the RS 245. While the former upgrade helps slowing the car down, the latter measures out torque accurately to either front wheel to ensure no wheel spin on the exit of corners. It simply bites and pulls the Octavia out or a bend in almost any situation, and certainly you'll have to be traveling far quicker than is reasonable on the road to challenge this car's traction levels. We were impressed with how the 245 differs from the lower-powered RS, so much so that if you like driving fast, this is the model to buy. Logical layout and excellent build quality lacks the premium finish of equivalent Golf. Excellent touchscreen standard on L and above. Skoda interior quality has come on a lot in recent years, as displayed by the logical, well laid out cabin of the Octavia. It's not as premium as a Golf, the materials used aren't as expensive feeling, but there's no doubting the build quality or functionality. Everything feels tightly screwed together and capable of withstanding the worst of what children and family pets will have to throw at it. One of the biggest differences to the cabin of the 2017 facelifted model is the multimedia touchscreen. The 8.0-inch Amundsen unit, standard fit on L models, is far more sensitive to inputs than anything previously fitted to a Skoda. Upgrade to the Columbus system and the 9.2-inch touchscreen is more impressive still, even if the lack of physical buttons is a curious omission. Elsewhere the seats and driving position are well judged, plus there's plenty of adjustment in the steering wheel. The area around the gear lever is a bit of a letdown on automatic models, however. The gear stick itself looks dated and awkward, while the cutouts showing which gear is engaged aren't much better. Sportier RS models have a plusher feel, boasting full Alcantara faux suede sports seats, ambient lighting and a racy-looking flat-bottomed steering wheel as standard. Impressive, but not perfect. All-round ride comfort struggles over large bumps or badly broken road surfaces. Motorway cruising manners are among best in class as mentioned in the handling section. The Octavia's standard suspension certainly favors comfort over sportiness. The upshot of this is a car which displays an impressively refined ride quality for the majority of the time, soaking up uneven country roads and hard-worn motorway surfaces with ease. It only comes undone when driven over a pothole, or series of major cracks or imperfections in the road. While the best riding cars will absorb the impacts, the Octavia's chassis often becomes overwhelmed and sends sharp uncomfortable judders into the cabin, even on the standard 16-inch wheels. It's not the end of the world, but does noticeably affect an otherwise impressive ride. You can spec dynamic chassis control, DCC, to overcome this. There's an acceptable amount of wind noise at speed, especially from the door mirrors, yet it's well below the threshold for being overly intrusive or annoying. It helps make the Octavia an impressive motorway cruiser, a point at which both diesel engines feel happiest. They can be a little noisy around town, but settle down nicely once up to speed. The Petrols meanwhile remain quiet and refined at all speeds. The standard cloth seats on S and C spec are comfortable and reasonably supportive, yet customers may want to upgrade to say L trim for the improved Alcantara and leather upholstery. The material is far nicer, plus the added side support is useful. A quick footnote on the RS 245, we found the ride quality on adaptive suspension equipped versions to be unacceptably firm with the heavier DSG automatic gearbox. The manual model was a little bumpy but certainly agreeable, whereas the auto was surprisingly uncomfortable over rough surfaces. Larger wheels, like the 19-inch alloys you can have fitted to the RS models, also contribute a fair bit of road noise on the motorway. 5 trim levels from S to V, RS, aircon and Bluetooth standard on all, plenty of optional extras to choose from. The Octavia's rivals have caught up in recent years when at levels of equipment, but there's still plenty to enjoy, especially in the higher spec models. Standard Skoda Octavia hatch equipment. The base Octavia trim level has most of the necessary kit, plus a couple of nice gadgets thrown in too. This includes an 8.0-inch Bolero multimedia touchscreen, aircon, Bluetooth phone connectivity, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 16-inch alloy wheels, 2 ISOFIX child seat fittings in the rear. Moving up to trim bags, you additional goodies: cruise control, dual zone climate control, rear parking sensors, voice control, height adjustable driver and passenger seats, adjustable drive mode. The most popular trim on the Octavia range, provides just about all the kits you'll ever need, plus scope for a few choice optional extras: 17-inch alloy wheels, Alcantara and leather upholstery, Wi-Fi hotspot, full LED headlights, high beam assist, autonomous emergency braking and umbrella under the passenger front seat, 8.0-inch Amundsen multimedia touchscreen with sat-nav. Lauren and Clement, the flagship spec on the Octavia. Lauren and Clement adds to spec with an impressive array of gadgets and gizmos. Adaptive cruise control, 9.2-inch Columbus multimedia system with sat-nav, premium Canton sound system, electrically adjustable front seats, heated steering wheel, keyless entry and ignition lane departure warning. VRS, opt for one of the VRS models and the equipment is upgraded to match the performance. 18-inch alloy wheels, full LED headlights, front sports seats, ambient lighting, drive mode selection, optional Skoda Octavia hatch extras. Much of the optional equipment on the Octavia is available as standard on the Lauren and Clement, or even the models. However, there are some toys which even the top spec model doesn't offer as standard. Frequently find yourself clearing your frozen windscreen in the morning? The Octavia can be optioned up with an electronically heated windscreen, just like the back window on lesser cars. Heated rear seats are also an option. Dynamic chassis control, which allows the driver to choose different suspension settings depending on road conditions, is available as a standalone optional extra. Those who are planning to use their Octavia for towing a caravan may also find the optional trailer assist to be a useful bit of kit. Capable of guiding your caravan into a tight spot, it operates using the electric wing mirror adjustment switch. There's also a number of different optional alloy wheel designs to choose from, all of which are 18 inches in diameter. Solid, metallic and pearl effect exterior paint colors are on offer to complete the Octavia's looks. Strong safety credentials for the Octavia standard safety kit is comprehensive. You can add even more driver assistance systems. The Skoda Octavia scores well in Euro NCAP tests and boasts standard electronic stability control, escape, up to 9 airbags and a suite of advanced crash protection technology. However, much of the latter is only available as an optional extra. This includes front assist with city emergency brake function, which will attempt to automatically bring the car to a halt if it detects an impending collision. As of 2017, this also includes predictive pedestrian protection, which is capable of applying the brakes in an attempt to stop the car if a person walks out in front. Standard on and Lauren and Clement grade cars, front assist is available as a cost option on all other trim levels aside from S. Another optional extra across all trim levels is Skoda's Crew Assistant that pre-tightens the seatbelts if an accident seems inevitable. Adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, traffic sign recognition and high beam assist are also available. The Octavia has been awarded a 5-star crash test rating by Euro NCAP. It boasts scores of 93% for adult occupant protection and 86% for child occupant protection, although pedestrian protection was downgraded from an original score of 82% to 66% in June 2013 after Skoda discontinued the standard fitment of an active pop-up bonnet. ISOFIX child seat mountings are fitted as standard on the outer rear seats. Acres of passenger space in the Octavia boot is larger than all of its rivals. Plenty of clever storage solutions as well. The new Octavia also boasts more head, leg and near room, and it'll easily accommodate 5 occupants in comfort. You'll also find the usual complement of storage spaces dotted around the car and a sizable console bin that can hold a host of items. Additionally, there's loading hatch in the rear seats that acts as an armrest when you are not storing stuff, and a very useful net that's located underneath the parcel shelf to stop smaller items rolling about. The Octavia hatchback's longer body means it offers more space than any of its similarly priced rivals. It's so big, in fact, the Octavia Estate's boot is barely any bigger when loaded up to the parcel shelf. There's space for 4 and luggage, while a 5th will be comfy for shorter journeys. This all makes the Octavia an excellent choice for families. The Škoda's boot capacity measures 590 litres, which is massive when you compare it with rivals, Volkswagen Golf, 380 litres, Ford Focus, 316 litres, Honda Civic, 420 litres, and Vauxhall Astra, 370 litres. The Octavia's boot is even bigger than the Ford Mondeo, which offers 541 litres of storage capacity. The only criticism is that you can't fold the rear seats down completely flat, but you can still store plenty of stuff in there even though they lie at a slight angle. Total loading capacity with the seats down is an impressive 1,580 litres, an increase of 125 litres over the previous model. The Octavia also features a double-sided floor covering in the boot, plus there's also a handy ice scraper inside the filler cap, which is very handy.